Content over everything. Memorizing the Quran. There are claims. Do you know, actually, let me tell you who I was listening to online. I was listening to Ammar Naqshband. What? You heard me right? I'm not, I used to speak up. I know the guy, yeah? I listened to him on YouTube. I was must out on YouTube. It was like 5 minutes long, yeah? And it was Ramadan. I thought, take a listen to this guy's what's saying. And I was ready, I had my guard up and I was ready to attack the guy, you know? To attack him. And then not in the video. No, just
put it tight, man.
To be part of the C-Lab movie.
Yeah, I think it's better you did that, bro.
No, I was going to get him. So he was saying, Raul, come through this way first.
Content.
You know what the video is called? It's a test of Iman or something like this, yeah? It says, how do you test your Iman? So it said, if you want to test your Iman, yeah, he said, see how much you read the Quran on a daily basis.
That's quite strong, man.
Isn't that right? So it said, if you read it a lot, then your Iman is high. If you read a little bit, then your Iman is low. Wallahi, I said, Sadaqaka wa huwa kadha. No, I said, this guy is... It's
unconventional.
It's not your traditional, you know. He told the truth. So, I agree with him.
No talking, come on.
The first group of companions who were aware of the Quran, who had knowledge of the Quran, did it stop them from apostasizing from religion?
Sorry about that.
No, I'm not. That's the point. The point is that there's some good. I know some people that. Give me the camera. Don't jump over. You know. Now, who here can just enlighten us with a small surah? So we can
before we say that.
Sorry.
There is, you know, we always and our Shia brothers, when they come to us, they will say. They will bring this hadith, they keep hovering us with the same hadith. He said the hadith, they will say Bukhari, they said Kitab Allah wa itrati ahl bayti, Kitab Allah, yeah, all the time, yeah?
I can't speak for those people.
Yeah, hold on a second. They will say Kitab Allah wa itrati ahl bayti, which will stick to the book of Allah and itrati. So the thaqalain, Kitab Allah. Yeah. Where is the first thaqal? Where is Kitab Allah? You always talk about, okay, Kitab Allah, let's deal with Kitab Allah. They say, okay, قال الصادق, قال كذا. But where is Kitab Allah? You said ثقلين. When you say ثقلين, Kitab Allah.
Yeah, of course.
When you say Kitab Allah, where is Kitab Allah? I can't see the Shia. One day I debated with many of the Shias. Yeah, and they cannot recite Quran properly. Where is Kitab Allah? They could pronounce exactly the wording of Ja'far al-Sadiq, alayhi salam, wa rahmahullah. They will say all these things. But where is Kitab Allah? Where is the book of Allah? The God of Ja'far al-Sadiq, the God of Ali, the Lord of all of them, the creator of all of them. Where is his speech? Is not there. Not just that. When I see, for example, the mullahs, the Shia's mullahs, for example, when I see them reciting the Quran, they cannot even pronounce Fatiha properly.
Have you heard Bin Baz recite the Quran at all?
Leave Bin Baz now. I'm not talking about
You have to now.
For example, I heard Bin Baz, by the way, for you to know, and I know how he recites. I hear how I know how he doesn't do these major mistakes. You see the point?
No,
he doesn't do this. He doesn't twist the word to be something else. Yeah. So that's why this is one of the things. When I say Kitab Allah, stick to Kitab Allah Azza wa Jal. And that's the first thing. The second point, which is generally happens, and then let's have kind of, this is not a debate, yeah? We're not debating. I'm not debating.
Discussion, of course.
Well, we're kind of discussion.
We
want to have kind of things which is common things between us, yeah? Now, the other point, when we say, for example, if the core of belief in Islam, that the existence of Allah Azza wa Jal, the Tawheed, the concept of oneness of Allah Azza wa Jal, following the messengers, alayhi salatu wasalam, all of them, all of these things are in Kitab Allah Azza wa Jal. Now, and that's the question. Now, when I find, for example, if I wanted to find
Sheikh, I know where you're legitimize my belief,
to say, okay, you're saying to me, what's your belief about such and such? If I don't have source in the book of Allah Azza, then there is issue in my belief. That's what generally, this is our concept. Now is the mic with you, inshallah.
So now before the mic with them, a test. Wallah, just give us someone from your community, mashallah. How many brothers come today? How many?
Inshallah, you won't go.
At least 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Why do we have to be put to a test? Like, who are you guys?
No, it's not. No. I didn't say test.
Bro, come wait, 1 second.
We said we're not debating.
One second.
We're having kind of
1 second.
nice,
Wait, 1 second.
kind, discussion. We're not debating.
No, of course. Okay. So, firstly, when you guys come here to do dawah with the Jews and Christians, are you guys experts in the language?
No,
and
but
wait.
Do you speak
I didn't interrupt
Aramaic?
you. Wait. Hebrew or Aramaic? But
No,
let me finish. I didn't interrupt.
Don't discuss it with me.
Yeah.
So basically, what you're trying to say is, if you cannot speak, then at least classical Arabic or have a basic understanding of it, you shouldn't be debating the topic. So when you come into the dawah with the Jews and Christians, are you fluent in the language? And I've seen yourself, Sheikh, speak to Christians, I seen yourself. So isn't it a bit hypocritical? On one hand,
I know that's a good argument.
Right.
If you came to us and said, look, it's a valid point. If you said to us, are you discussing aspects of language? So if I came to a Hebrew-speaking person and I started to say, this tahara means this and the word rijs means this to a Jew, a Hebrew, yeah, okay. If he knows it more than I do, then it's difficult for me to pose an authority over it, right? But if we're talking about key concepts, that's fine. So if we're talking, for example, with me and you, if we start talking about imama, that's fine. That's why I've discussed with people about imama, about these things. But what we're doing is, what we're trying to do is we're trying to reorientate the whole Muslim community from the Shias to the Sunnis. And so this is what we're doing, because we've received criticism ourselves. We said, this is what they say. I'm not saying that you guys necessarily exemplify that. They say, look, these guys, the Shias say, why don't you debate someone like Ammar Naqshwani who knows the Arabic, or someone that's called Hassanain something. Why don't you debate this guy? Say, we don't have access to those individuals. We have access to our brother here, this guy who's mashallah looking very good today with the Longsdale. You've been hitting the gym, I know. And this guy here, mashallah, very good as well. The white tee. Now, and the rest of them, these are the brothers that we know in the park, this is who we talk to, etc. Now, what we want to do is
But bro, you know what? You assuming right, that we want to discuss those key concepts when, to be honest with you, even those key concepts, we don't really differ on them, if you understand what I mean. And what I mean by this, if you're talking about imama, right, you obviously, you're under the assumption that we say if you don't believe in imama, you're not a Muslim, right?
But that's
not true. Wait, can I finish?
Yeah, but there's a clear hadith of that.
Okay, so
from your side.
Okay. Talk about our position. So our position, for example, the Imams of the Ahlul Bayt have mentioned, for example, the minimum requirement to be a Muslim is the Shahadatayn, okay, to believe in the Shahada. So that's no God but Allah, and Muhammad is the final messenger of Allah. Okay, that makes you a Muslim. Bro, let me finish. Go ahead. So that would make you a Muslim, okay? In terms of Imama, what we consider as to be is Usul al-Madhab, okay? For example, if we are going to argue on this premise that, look, in order to be Muslim you have to believe in Imama, we could very easily throw that question back at you by saying that, look, your scholars likewise believed anybody who denied the Khilafah of Abu Bakr and Umar to be disbelievers, or even criticized.
Which ones?
Who said that?
Many scholars said that.
No, I don't think Qurtubi said that.
Yeah, he did.
But let me tell you, hold on. Before you tell me what Qurtubi said, once again, I'm going to turn around and say in the language you don't know how to read.
Okay.
Because
stop.
No.
But if the translation's correct.
No, hold on.
You made a point. I never said translation. If Qurtubi said in this tafsir.
Bro, it's on Tafsir ibn Kathir online.
That's fine. If I show you the reference and you go check it, if it's wrong, come back.
Okay, I don't need to come back. I'm right here. I'm here with you.
You
right
need to check it. So how are you going to check it?
Listen, we're speaking.
And we have the Arabic in front of
It seems like you've got your guards up. I'm not even.
You try hijab, like. Can I just mention one point? Yeah.
The guard has to be up. Your guard's up, my guard's up.
Arabic is
you drop yours, I drop mine.
Hijab, just 1 second. Arabic is important. Arabic is important, yeah, to the subject of which it pertains, yeah. So if it comes to a point where we don't need the Arabic in the argumentation, it's not necessary. When we had that discussion, when we had the discussion on Muawiyah was whether he was a disbeliever. Yeah, Muawiyah. yeah? You done a whole refutation on that. We didn't go into Arabic.
I don't speak Arabic.
You done a whole refutation on the video with me.
Okay, forget that for one
But
second.
my point is, Arabic didn't have any play there. So if we talk about those kind of topics, we don't need Arabic. I know you know my name. Don't play those games. Yeah. Anyway,
we don't need to
about
be
you playing these games.
Wallahi,
Let me finish.
I forgot your name. أقسم بالله العظيم.
Okay, bro, one second.
Akhi, we don't. I don't play the game. I don't. They refer to you as a Shia blade runner, but I forgot your real name.
Muhammad.
I forgot your real
You
name.
forget names 10 times a day.
One second, bro, hold on. Muhammad.
Yes, yes.
So, coming back to the topic, bro. Your scholars, right, as Brother made a point as well. If there's something which somebody says here, at the day, listen, bro. If the Prophet can make mistakes, according to your belief, in the sense that when it comes to issue of revelation, he can forget these things and stuff, etc. Who are we? We're humans as well, bro. We can make mistakes.
No doubt.
If you come to me next time and say, Sayyid Ali, bro, you got that issue wrong.
Say that, yeah.
If I got something wrong, you say, Sayyid, you got that wrong. Here's the evidence. So I'm saying to you, look, bro,
Okay, no
as far as I'm concerned, you're a Muslim. Yeah?
Now,
But if you want to go to the issue about imama, etc., then we can...
What we talked about before we came to the group, and you know, I don't want to. But we said today, I'm going to try and be very fair. Look, I'm going to try and make it easy for us. Okay? I'm not going to try and make it difficult and say this and that you're ignorant. No, wallahi, this is. I don't want to apply any.
Fine, no, that's your language, fine.
No, wallahi, we're not trying to attack anyone. I was speaking to the brother about some miscellaneous other things. Ask him.
Yeah.
And then this, I wasn't really even
You
trying.
can understand why we find it a bit offensive. We come here and say,
Okay, if
anyone
you find-
speak Arabic. It's already very
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry if you're.
We've kind of dealt with that already.
You know what? You've done it last time as well. You done it again.
Okay.
Now you're sorry twice.
Zayn, I'm really sorry then.
I don't think it's okay. So I don't think it's fine.
Please
I accept your apology.
Yeah, and you forgive yourself.
Yeah, no, this time you
love you,
never done. Yeah, I love you. It's not even like that. It's not even like that. You're coming on respectful and it's cool.
I'm not trying to.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
So, what we talked about was that we just have someone from the brother, anyone really. No,
But he really wants that. He expects. Can I ask you? Can I make one point?
I'm sorry, but I'm still gonna do it.
No, wait, hold on.
Sorry, just legacy.
تقديرا لكلام الله. So I was going to say, like, as a gesture of honor to the words of Allah, I will allow anybody to, even from a small surah, just grab the Mus'haf, grab the Quran. No problem. We just start, because really this is more like a simple. It's not even a test. Don't consider it a test. It's not a test. If you want me to do the same thing, I haven't got a problem. Just get a small surah, okay, just to show the people that you can actually access the Quran, and that we as Muslims, Sunni, Shia, everybody, that the most important thing to us in terms of nas, in terms of text, is the Quran. So if you can have that, if we can do that, we can proceed, we can talk about whatever you want to talk about, I haven't got a problem. So if someone just comes and says, okay, I'm going to recite for example, Surah Al-Naba, yeah, and just one page from Surah Al-Naba, I know it's a very small surah, you know, the brother here, I'm sure he's done madrasa, he's gone to some, you know, you have madrasa, yeah? Or someone, just to show the people that, look, we care about the Quran, that we've spent time, as much time as we have spent talking about polemics and raising videos online and these things. You want to, and I want to, put a message to the youth. You know, the youth, like this young man here, that the most important, I'm not challenging you to an MMA match. Sure. I'm not challenging you to a wrestling match.
Everybody
or a
knows
boxing
about it,
match.
but no one talks about it. No one
You know,
actually
like, obviously, you know,
Is that fair? Is that fair?
it's fair to an extent. You know, if I
because that's exactly how they brainwash you.
if I go on Arab,
That's what they want. They want
Arab,
you.
wallahi.
I'm just saying, I've got a big guy from and my man cut short,
Exactly. It's
and his Arabic is better than mine.
Not Arabic, I'm talking now, I've left Arabic.
Quranic Arabic, that's fine.
Just read the Quran.
Now, if he read it properly, would that necessitate that he knows more about Shia Sunni polemics
No,
than me?
do you know what I'd say to that guy? I say, Wallahi, mashallah, no matter what the difference is between me and this shawarma kata, whatever, at least he and I have something in common, I would hope.
So, bro, once again, just take
That we both spend a little bit of time, just trying to
Read the
understand.
book of Allah.
Read the book of Allah.
The book of Allah.
I would love to read it. Well, it's a gesture of unity.
I think, like I was saying to you, bro, like, I think what's more important in discussions is the person that's speaking to you, if they know the subject. And now, I'm not saying knowing the Quran or reciting or tajweed is not important, because it is. And if someone's weak in that from our side, that's on us, right? Not on you. Meaning that's our fault, right? Let me finish. So what I'm trying to say is that what's
Don't worry, I'm
important.
not cutting.
Yeah, just what I'm saying is that important. That's from our side that we need to improve that. But what I feel is someone knowing that doesn't necessitate that he knows about the issue that we're discussing. Example, if we speak about a subject like imama or we get into the technicalities around it, you're right. If we get technical, that argument will come out with Arabic. I agree. But from a basic speaker's corner point of view, and we're speaking from a, we're not going to have a munadara here, are we? We're going, all right, bro, 2 minutes, let's talk, we'll get into discussion. What I'm trying to say is that on a basic level, like I'll give you an example of Kurti, right? Example. I give you the reference, you say, okay bro, that's your reference. Unless the translation is off, that's when you'll be like, bro.
It's not a hujjah for us as well.
Even if you said just, but that's not the point.
It's not like a whole.
It doesn't matter.
That was an example of you said about us, we said about you.
Do you know why? Because, for example, he was talking about Usul al-Madhab, and part of the Usul al-Madhab was written by Mufid and others. He said, well, the one who denies one of the imams, he denies all of them, and that tremendous. Now the truth came to me. We denied Mahdi, the so-called Mahdi, what you say. For example, yeah. So, for example, we deny that. We say he's not born yet. So in that case, that we are disbelievers. So one of the things which is key. Let's. And we just Abu Bakr Umar. So no. That's why no. That's I don't believe. I don't believe.
Mufid's alright, but
no. But this is not the standard of Ahl Sunnah. This is not the standard of Ahl Sunnah. This is not the standard of Ahl Sunnah.
Why is Mufid the standard?
Now, Usul Madhab. Who established Usul Madhab? Okay, isn't ulama, do they agree the 12, the
kind of conversation.
Did they agree?
Arabic's not there, but he can still have it.
Okay, did they agree?
He's gonna do it anyway.
Okay, did they agree? Like in consensus amongst them, the one who denies one of the imams, he denies all of them. He is a
Can I answer that?
No. So how can it be consensus? How can it be consensus?
Who said no? Who said no? Give me one name, 2 names that they said no. Amongst the 12 Shias.
But you give him the wrong definition.
Wait.
The one who denies, I deny what's so-called Muhammad Hassan al-Askari is not here. It doesn't exist. And I believe those 4 people who met him at that time, they are liars. That's what I believe. For example, and he's not there. He's not there. So now in the 12 Shia standard, yeah, am I a disbeliever? That's a very simple thing. Okay, who said ikhtilaf? Who said I am mu'min according to them?
There's a difference of opinion on this issue.
Jafar Subhani, contemporary scholar.
Yeah, Jafar Subhani is one of them.
Okay.
Shirazi.
But this is not from Rasul. This is not from Rasul.
You asked me a question?
Yeah.
Jafar Subhani, 1. Makram Shirazi, 2. Khamenei, 3.
Okay.
Said
Sistani, 4. Let me finish. You never asked the question. Don't specify. Said Stani, 4. Said Khouy, 5. Is that enough? Muhammad Pasha al Qatar.
Can I ask you a question?
But he's talking about who established the Usul Madhab.
There's something here.
You asked me a question, I'll give you the answer. Next.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you a question. All of the people that you mentioned, from Sunni to Khouy, all of them, and by the way, I'm talking about the Quran thing, so someone get him a mushaf, by the way, so get this guy a mushaf, inshallah. He's going to recite something.
I've already told you that I'm good at, bro.
No,
so we already agreed on that.
No,
so
but someone's
it's going to be based on that.
Hijab,
Where do you want to go?
He'll read it afterwards.
Inshallah, we'll do it after. Okay, khalas. Today, inshallah, this guy's got you out of trouble, inshallah, mashallah. What's your name? Joshua. Oh, Joshua.
Don't forget it next week.
Anyway,
I don't want him to put every other Shi'i elder to shame. Because
He probably will, but yeah,
no, but that's a big mistake.
I know, but we already established that way.
Listen,
Do you want us to show that to you, man? What do you want us to do?
Hold on.
Are we just gonna keep...
No, hold on. Because how old are you, brother?
13.
Allahu Akbar. This is the kind of Shi'i
That you need.
No, not that I need. Wallahi, this guy. Recruiting. No, listen, I'm not recruiting. Join the Dawah movement. No, listen. This is the kind of movement.
This is the kind of movement that we need. This is the life we need.
This is the kind of... Look, the point we should be drilling home, inshallah, as Sunnis and Shias. You know the one thing, wallahi, that could potentially, and we can have optimism on this, that could potentially bridge a gap. Believe me and trust me, it's the Quran. It's the Quran. You know, wallahi.
I disagree with you, bro.
Go on another day.
Because they didn't stop the Kharijis from...
No problem. problem, but I'm saying potentially, right? I'm saying, look, the Quran is there. It's the centerpiece of the Islamic narrative. We go for
Hijab, don't you have like massive debates with the uncles all day? Do you get anywhere? The uncles that can speak Arabic, do you get anywhere with them?
Those guys.
Yeah,
The Arabic's quite good.
The Arabic is
I tested this Arabic and didn't know the huruf al-jar, so I left it.
How about the Shia scholars that you have debated with Arabic? Have you got anywhere with them? No, I mean, yeah.
This thing, this thing is online.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. That's not going to get us anywhere.
Listen,
Let's go back to the scholar point.
we have a beautiful hadith.
Sorry, I was just going to ask, haven't you debated Brother Isa since you made that declaration? The brother of the mosque?
No,
He said the great black Shia.
I've seen some footage of you after that date.
if I'm a hypocrite, I'm a hypocrite. I don't care. Sometimes
I'm not making.
I don't know.
I'm not making.
I followed him. I followed him one time because I was wanting to ask him about a particular hadith.
Oh yeah. So he,
No. I want to speak to him about it, but like I want to ask him. He left me. Then the hadith I wanted to ask him about was the hadith of the Zunuj.
Ask him, don't ask me there.
You know the Zunuj hadith? Because there was a controversy on black people. It's about the black people when there's a hadith.
Oh yeah. Like don't marry the
Don't
no.
It says don't marry
The
the Zunuj tribe. The Zinji is the black tribe, the one living in Sudan, these countries. And there's a hadith, the Shia one that says that don't
We
marry
actually done a whole
those
show on
guys.
that. We actually done a whole show on that.
I know you did, but there was a whole
There's a lot of
discussion.
Sunni scholars are like Sunni Hadiths on that as well.
No,
that were authenticate.
all of the hadiths, all of them, according to Ibn Qayyim, were completely weak. And
Scholars acted on it. Scholars acted on it as well.
No, well, if they acted
you watch the
upon
video?
it,
So
did you? Which ones?
The
Your
video
one?
we made, yeah.
No, I don't watch any of your videos. Wallah al-Azim.
Okay, bro, you know what? Why so angry, bro?
No.
Silly question. I don't want to know your videos. Alright, you know what about me? You go like this.
No, hold on. I don't watch any of your videos. I watched your one with me. That's it.
Only because you were in it, of course.
Yes.
How can you say that all of the references were weak if you haven't watched the video?
Which references?
particular hadith he said.
Ibn al-Qayyim al-Jawziyah, he has a discussion on any hadith related to Zunuj, the Zinji tribe, as per the Islamic.
I didn't only give.
How do you know he mentioned that if you haven't watched the video?
He doesn't know.
Ibn al-Qayyim al-Jawziyah.
I didn't mention the Zan.
You didn't mention it.
I didn't mention the I meant other.
No, I'm telling you from our perspective.
It's alright, you
tried
watched
to
the
catch him out.
video. You watched the video, it's alright. I watch your videos sometimes too, it doesn't mean
No,
I'm a
I
fan.
said I don't know what.
No, bro, there's a few narrations. There's a few narrations.
No, our one.
No, your ones, apart from Zan.
Yeah, there's a few.
Are you all over the place or am I completely speaking up?
I think you're
Anyway, you spoke to Isa about the Zan. Isa, he didn't want to hear.
The hadiths that you guys have in your books have some authentic.
Found in yours as well.
Again, we listen.
But they're weak.
So there are hadith about black people being khalq al-mushawwah.
Yes.
You know what this means?
Like the black, like the
Creation that are like.
إياكم والزنوج فإنهم خلق
like the raisin
مشوه.
heads, like the raisin
No,
heads.
it doesn't say this.
Abnormalities.
No, it doesn't say that. The hadith says, this is a hadith in the Shia literature. It says, إياكم والزنوج فإنهم خلق مشوه. It says that.
No, I know the one you're on about.
Be aware of the black people called the Zunuj because they are deformed creatures.
Yes.
Now, that's authenticated by some of the Shia scholars, accepted. Now, come to the Sunni tradition. What I put to you, and it's a challenge actually, in fact. Because that's what, Isa, that's what I wanted to put to him. I wanted to put to him, that's what you're asking me about Isa, yeah? I wanted to put to him that actually you will not find one authentic hadith, or even a weak hadith.
Okay,
all of them are mawdu', all of them are fabricated hadith, which talk about Zunuj from the Sunni tradition, and we don't accept any of them. For the Zunuj, for the black tribe called the Zunuj. Now, the point I'm making to that's what I wanted to ask him, because he's a black Shia. So I wanted from his perspective, I said, how do you make sense of this hadith that says, إِيَّاكُمْ وَالزُّنُوج فَإِنَّهُمْ خَلْقٌ مُشَوَّهَ, and he's a black guy converted to Shiaism. I wanted to know what he was going to respond, to the fact there's a hadith literature that says that black people are deformed. So I just that was the reason why, you were asking about. But it wasn't to do with the debate, I just wanted to get his opinion,
Bro, just a quick one.
Yeah, what's your opinion on that one?
On Titans TV, there was a 2-hour show done from done by some.
And let me ask you a question. This is a serious question, yeah? Wallahi, let me tell you something. I don't make my disagreements with the Shia creed unknown. It's very well known.
Very vocal though.
Well, I'm not very vocal. I've had debates. You know, we try and make it peaceful and kind.
At times.
At times. Other times we get emotional.
We'll talk about what you're saying afterwards.
No, but what I was going to say. Look,
I know what
you
you're
mentioned
gonna say.
Titans.
I know what you're gonna say.
No, Titans TV. This guy who is in charge of Titans TV, I don't know if he's around now watching my stuff as he does, but this guy...
It's a job, you don't even want to ask that question.
No,
I got a big backfire.
No, it's not a big backfire.
Do you know why? Because you've had very nasty people on your channel too.
No, listen, no problem.
Very nasty.
I'm asking you a question. If you think it's nasty, no problem. I'm just asking you a question.
Go on.
First and foremost, this guy's agenda is anti-Islam. Okay. So, wallahi, let me tell you.
I know, bro. I understand
Bro,
what you're going to say. I understand what you're going to say.
It's Sayyid Ali, Sayyid Zayn, Sayyid Raza and Sayyid Zayn. Yes?
Yes, correct.
Sayyid Ali and Sayyid Raza and Sayyid Zayn. I'm going to say to you, look, if Tommy Robinson came to you and said, look, we'll give you money to spread Shiaism, I'm sure you have backbone, you're going to say, look man, keep the money. What money? Keep the money. I don't care if you give me £1 million, but you know, I mean, what's this? I mean, you know, these guys are against Islam. They make shows.
They're not against Islam. They're against the people.
Yes,
who do not
they're against.
understand.
He's against Islam. He made a video against Islam. Kalam is against Islam. I don't care what anyone says.
Brexit to people
Someone told us we're enemies of Islam. There was a video of him saying we're enemies of Islam. Now, I'm gonna ask you one marja.
You are
Give me one marja.
Did you come in a car? Do you use gas? Do you use petroleum?
Whatever you want. Yeah.
That's exactly
Give me one
what they
marja.
say.
No,
And you know how many people laugh? They laugh at Muslims. They say you will do anything for money.
Okay, yes.
Okay?
Yes, I got that. Thank you.
Do you have anything to give?
No, I swear, Tommy Robinson lost his freedom of speech. That's what you are, no, you named it. And once you name him, I swear I owe allegiance to that man. I swear, because he gives us freedom of speech.
You can debate Mohammed afterwards.
Freedom of speech. Why are you here? What is Hyde Park? This is for freedom of speech. That's why you talk so quietly. Because you got nothing to say. You got nothing decent to say. I'm not interested in a fight. All I know is that when we talk about our freedom of speech, when white people do it, we get dissed. We're racist. Okay? You don't need to know what's going on. I'm fascinated. I'm thinking you're more. I'm sorry. You're more interested. I'm more interested in my destiny or where I come from than what you're talking about. No. I've had enough. Free Tommy Robinson. Free Tommy. Because you don't understand. I'm on the Muslim side. So is Tommy Robinson. But it's been twisted. No, you don't understand. The government they work together. Like you. Will you think Tommy Robinson would be alive today?
I guess muted up.
He would have been killed a long time ago.
More than a bit.
He would have been killed a long time ago.
When Muhammad was attacked,
Take him off.
Take him off. You're talking some money. What we're doing wrong. No, British people, we are wrong. Driving cars. How many of you drive cars? How many? Put up your hands. Because you're the ones that enslave your own people. I'm sick of going to marches. I'm sick of going to all over the place and having to talk about this because I don't want any more petroleum salts. You don't even know where BP comes from. You don't even know who Rockefeller is. You don't even know. Half of these people, they control you. You are owned and enough.
No, it's not. He said himself. He didn't say about
I've heard. Let me tell you what they say we just throw money at Muslims.
no, I didn't touch
all
it.
the people from Sudan, all the suit.
I didn't even change it that day.
It's makdoob. It's a lie.
Yeah.
Based on his
Oh, okay.
Has he gone through those narrations?
Yes.
Go back.
Has he gone through those narrations?
Ridiculous. ridiculous. And you think you got freedom of speech?
I can tell you some presidents
when they took Tommy Ross and put him in prison. We're fighting. Well, we're fighting for all of you.
to watch my video.
No.
So you don't want to.
Because I know
She's bad.
But you.
She's going to keep going. She's going to interrupt.
and I have the government operate. You got tired of
It's all gone now, anyway.
and I don't care if I'm live or not.
That's actually hadith. That's no, it's important because
Should I start looking for it? No, listen, you're not going to respond. No, but even you say
Stop putting petroleum in your car. Not once. I get the tube, I get the bus. I'm so happy. How many of you?
Who said you're dangerous, bro?
Without the camera, without the camera. Without the camera.
We said without.
Read without the camera.
No camera.
Yeah.
I know that, but even that is problematic.
Bro, you didn't know it.
Yeah, okay. All of those traditions, we reject them, right?
Yeah,
so what I'm
we
saying,
reject them as well. So
they're
why
not in the
double
Sunni scriptures.
They are.
I'm talking
They are.
about.
They are.
I'm talking about. Look, this is my claim to you right now, yeah. And this is I'm doing naql. Why? Naql is what I've taken from another scholar, yeah, and I'm giving it to you because I'm not someone who can do istiqra.
Yeah, I understand.
Istiqra is a big thing. It's
Goes through all
ijtihad.
the narrations, yeah.
Istiqra is when someone looks at all of the narrations.
All the narration and then.
Yeah, and makes a decision. So what I'm saying is Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah, who's well known, yeah, in the Islamic circle, his discussion of it, and not just him, but him particularly, because I know he spoke about this issue, yeah.
Bro, you know.
Sorry, let me just finish. He said that anything in the Islamic literature, Sunni Islamic literature, which refers to as Zunuj, the people from Sudan, yeah, which is at the time obviously below Egypt and stuff like that, the Nubis, etc. And also any black people is a lie. That's what he said. Any lie meaning is not authentic. Now, on the flip side to that, what I'm saying is from the Shia traditional perspective, yeah, we both agree and we've accepted that this hadith, إِيَاكُمُ الزُّنُوجْ فَإِنَّهُمْ خَلْقٌ مُشَوَّهٌ, that be aware of the Zunuj tribe, the black tribe, because they are a deformed creature.
Because they used to pierce things in their faces.
Well, I mean, they still do that now. We wouldn't call them I mean, in Kenya, you go to Kenya, you're going to find tribes that people that put things in their faces and that. But
is one saying
but they don't have.
in your books.
But you know this word mushawwah. Do you know what it means in Arabic? And this is where.
Deformity or abnormality. Or
right.
Deformity,
Yeah, tashwih. Literally, when you have something.
But bro, you know what? You saying this?
Is they're not normal.
You saying this, right? But then at the same time, in Bukhari, you do have traditions where it describes, it describes like it says, obey your leader, even if he's Ethiopian, his head's like a razor.
Absolutely.
Do you know what that means? It's not criticism.
No, bro. Okay, now.
You know,
You can explain it away, that's fine. But the point is,
that's not criticizing.
Can I answer that?
That's not criticizing.
Because the idea is, look, first of all, Hadith was trying to say you got to obey your leader, whatever color they are. Right. And he said even if his head is as black as a raisin, it's like raisin black. Yeah. Because the raisin black is
why does that seem low and bright?
No.
That by is suggesting it's low and bright.
Well, no. Hold on. Let me tell you why. Let me give you the answer.
I want to understand.
We've been sidetracked.
No, please. Allow me.
I think both of us need to really.
No, let me just. Yeah, no problem. We're going to talk about it. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that the reason, do you know, it's Allah Akbar, yeah? This is really interesting. There's a hadith in Bukhari, and I'll come to the same one as well, yeah? Of a woman, yeah? She was a black woman. Yeah. Black woman. She came to a Sahabi, I forget his name now. Maybe we can find the name. And he and his wife were married. This is in Bukhari. A wife and husband were married, yeah? Now, what happened was that this black woman, she said, wait, hold on. I gave this man breast milk and I gave this woman breast milk. And in Islam, we know that if you give a man and a woman breast milk, they can't get married because they're. You understand that, yeah?
I think I know the narration.
Okay, yeah, you know the narration. The Prophet فَفَرَّقَ بَيْنَهُمَا. The hadith says فَفَرَّقَ بَيْنَهُمَا. فَفَرَّقَ بَيْنَهُمَا means he divorced them. Now wait a minute, this is really interesting. Let me tell you.
Separate them. Okay.
Yeah, well, he separated them. فَرَّقَ بَيْنَهُمَا. But this means divorce. There was a divorce here. Do you know why? Because he divorced between those two because her testimony was accepted. Now, who was she? She was a black woman. The two groups of subgroups of people which you would think are most ridiculed in society. Yeah. He accepted, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, according to our hadith literature, the narration of a black woman over a narration of a man and his wife. Both of them went against her. They said, no, this didn't happen. They protested. But the Prophet, he accepted her narration over theirs.
We know the Prophet was on.
No. That's Bukhari.
I will add to this as well. There is another hadith in Bukhari as well. There is another hadith in Bukhari as well. There is another hadith in Bukhari, which is Abdullah ibn Abbas was one of his students, and then they saw a black woman. Then Abdullah ibn Abbas said to his student, he said, do you want to see someone from the people of Jannah? He said yes. He said, look at this black woman. She is one of the people in Jannah.
100%.
Yeah, she's one of the people in Jannah. That she is living on earth at that time, and she is one of the people of paradise. Then he asked him why. Then he said she came to the Prophet ﷺ and she had kind of epilepsy. She used to faint. And then she came to the Prophet ﷺ and she asked him, O Messenger of Allah, I get faint. Make dua for me that Allah cure me from this disease. Then our Prophet ﷺ said to him, will you be patient and you get Jannah and be guilty for Jannah? She said yes, but just only ask Allah for me when I faint that I'm not exposed. My aura is not exposed. And then he said, do that. He made dua for her and he told her that she will be one of the people of Jannah. That's why when Abdullah ibn Abbas, he said, if you want to look into the woman, one of the women of Jannah, look at this black woman.
And that's why
one more thing. Kind of inferior.
Come on, bro. I'm not doubting. I'm not doubting.
One more.
I'm not doubting. Bro, I'm not doubting.
Defend yourself when you're not attacking me on that point.
Bro, listen. The thing is, I don't disagree with these traditions. I have no problem accepting the tradition. And these traditions are beautiful because it demonstrates how, yes, the Prophet presented equality.
And of course,
the reason why, let me just get to one point. The reason why we presented those on our channel was for a reason, because a certain channel accused our sect. Let me just finish. I don't mind. I'm just telling you. You said you watched a video that we done filming with racism. The reason why we released that was because another channel accused us of racism. They said, you guys, Sunni defense. You promote some of the videos.
Yes, I like them. They're good.
Yes,
okay, bro, listen.
Let me just finish that. They accused our sect of racism.
Subscribe.
They accused our sect of racism, saying you guys have these messed up hadiths. We said you have them too. You can play that game all day.
No.
So you don't have to defend yourself. We're not accusing you.
Okay, Russell, let me ask you. Can I ask you a question? I don't know. I don't read all the Shia hadith.
Bro, just a quick point.
Yeah, of course, bro.
The Imams of Ahlul Bayt of Islam,
yes.
they have black men as well.
No problem. Okay, that's
so
all.
For us,
we don't have to.
Bro, listen, racism, unfortunately,
it's a very low blow.
It's a low blow. No, bro, one second. Bro, 1 second. Racism almost exists in almost ethnic, almost.
Sid Ali, can I ask you a question?
Bro, you get racism from here in the UK.
No doubt.
You could be a white guy from Scotland. You got somebody from the south of London, and they'd be like Scottish or whatever.
Like, say that. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
We have to. There's two. It's an interesting hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We have this, and it's sahih according to our scholars. Yeah. For example, Al-Albani authenticated it. Many other scholars authenticated it. Yeah. And it's the hadith of Abu Dharr al-Ghafari, who said about Bilal ibn Rabah.
Right.
He said to her, Ibn Sauda, oh, son of a black woman. And he was very angry with him, and he reprimanded him, and he was, all these things.
Yes.
Now, I'm asking you a question, Allah, and it's very important. Because here, I've been able to...
Basically, what happened... Sorry, repeat that.
This is
from your books, right?
Yes. Abu Dharr al-Ghafari, who was an Arab man, he said to Bilal ibn Rabah, he said to him, Ya ibn Sauda, oh, son of a black woman. So Bilal ibn Rabah, he went to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he complained. So the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he got very angry, and he told him, is this true? Is this true what you've been saying?
Yeah,
and this is Jahiliyyah. He said this is Jahiliyyah. So he clearly, look at it, he got angry, he condemned it, and he called it an ignorant Jahili act. It's one of the worst criticisms you can get. Actually, one of the worst criticisms. So here's my question. It's a question. It's not a challenge. It's just a question. Can you provide for me one Shia hadith which condemns racism against blacks in particular?
Wait. One second.
No, I just want to say, I want to know.
There's
What, no, no,
okay,
just,
bro. Can I finish, bro?
No,
You asked the question.
Let me just specify exactly what I'm saying. I'm just. I don't know why are you laughing?
Okay,
It's nothing, bro.
Okay,
What's the
no,
issue?
no.
No, it's just
So you want one
Let's keep it serious.
narration
I just want one narration
that criticizes
as
racism.
clear as the narration that we saw in our books from a Shiite perspective. One clear hadith which says, and I'm not saying I know the answer.
Abu Dhar answers the question. My reasoning wasn't Abu Dhar black himself?
No, he wasn't. He was like my colour. Yeah, he was Arab. Yeah. So nice try. But
No, I was just thinking, nice try. You don't have to say, I can't laugh, but you can say nice try. It's just big, bro.
No, but he wasn't black. So yeah, no problem. He wasn't black.
Okay, bro.
Yeah. So now,
Can I respond?
yes, of course.
You asked for one narration.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There's
From
a
the
whole-
Shia tradition.
Can I finish now, please?
Yes, of course.
There's a whole chapter
Yes.
in Al-Kafi, volume 1, that talks about racism, and it says if anybody has a mustard of seed in his heart of racism,
Let's get the Arabic
he's-
out.
Bro, I'll get you Al-Kafi, bro.
Because we know.
Bro, listen, with respect, yeah? Like, obviously, you brought...
Did we respect your tradition?
listen.
We didn't ask you to quote the hadith
No.
or the book.
We did quote.
No, one second, listen.
You just said Abu Dhar. You never
Bro,
No, we quote it. If you want me to quote, I can.
bro, listen. I'm telling you now that in Al-Kafi,
I'll be willing to accept it.
yeah, I'll find it for you, but then it's only fair. Every time you present something, I'll do exactly the same thing with you.
No problem. I said
Is that fair?
the hadith of إياكم والزنوج فإنهم خلق مشوه. I've just said it in Arabic. That's exactly the hadith. That's what's been authenticated.
To be honest with you, bro,
reference. That's why you're asking us for it? Hold on.
No, I've said the Arabic. Can I have the Arabic?
You're asking us for what? The Arabic?
The Arabic. I just want to hear how the Arabic sounds.
Find it for him.
So here, I'm saying that.
this will be wasting time, but anyway.
No,
But I mean,
I'm not challenging.
I just want to understand your agenda. Are you trying to accuse?
No, it's not
Shia of
agenda.
Agenda is not agenda.
There's no agenda. I'm simply asking.
He's asking for one hadith.
I just want to know why. I just want to know why.
Why?
Because he's curious. He probably wants to say, well, obviously he's trying to make a point.
Do you think there's
He's trying to make a point.
racism?
I don't know. I have not done istiqra. I have not.
Let me just answer. I think because when you have a hadith, strong one, pro this act, saying إياكم والزنوج فإنهم خلق مشوه. We have this hadith with the highest standard, which is going to be careful of the dummery of the black, the zunuj, the black zunuj, because they're deformed people. This is a problem. Now we need another hadith in the same standard to condemn that in order for us to have balance.
Accuse me of racism, Shia.
I understand.
Why are you so defensive?
But no, I'm not defensive. We are asking. We're not doing.
Okay, fine.
We are asking. You need to have a hadith.
Have you come across something racist in Shia before?
1 second, bro. Say it, 1 second, yeah. Firstly, this tradition you brought up about racism, okay, which obviously, it's Sahih. You said it's Sahih by Albani or whatever, right? No, that's fine. Yeah?
Which one?
The one you just mentioned about Abu Zar rebuking, what was it again? Bilal accusing him, yeah. So the point is,
And by the way, we have, for example, Hala bint Auf. She married.
bro, that's fine. That's no problem. I just gave an example. I said Imam.
Hala bint Auf married a black man as well. Okay, so the idea is that we have intermixing within black community and Arab community. By the way, do you know, I was doing research because sorry, this is going to sound a bit tangential. I'm like,
sorry, bro. Can I just finish?
Sorry, let me just finish my point. This is just 1/5 of my body is Nigerian or some like Western.
Yeah, I've heard
according
it comes up to that 2% or whatever.
No, I was like 20% or 20%. I can't remember like a big number. So I was wondering, why am I? Because if it was East African, East African, because East Africa is close to North Africa, right? Because I'm originally from Egypt. So what's this going on? I done some research, Sheikh, on the Qurayshis, yeah. And what I realized is that we have a long-standing tradition. I've got the sources for this, and I'm just giving it to you as an interesting point. Nothing academic here. But because black people have certain characteristics, muscular, whatever, they do have even now to this day. I mean, yes, don't get jealous now. No, black people have certain characteristics.
They do. They have very good genetics.
Yeah, for sprinting and
of course.
So the Arabs started to intermix with them, especially the Qurayshis. That's why, because I was wondering why I've got a bit of pigment. You got a bit of pigment as well. Have you checked your DNA? Maybe you have some. You never know.
I'm saying by ancestry, but I'm Pakistani by reason.
No, I mean like have you checked your the whole?
I've checked the whole chain.
It's interesting. You should try. I don't know to what extent it's
But a lot of our imams married into black.
I already said that already.
So So I don't understand. So if that's our main, like we take our religion from our moms, yeah. Which that's the craze.
Which imam?
Imam what? Imam Ali,
Imam Muhammad Bakr Islam. Actually, Imam Rizal Islam. Imam Rizal is Okay, bro. So really,
Yeah, sorry. Say that Ali wanted to say. Say that Ali. Go ahead, please. Yes.
so okay, so
Yes, say that Ali. Go ahead.
So basically, bro, what I was going to come back to you, I was going to show you the tradition from my coffee, yeah? I was going to bring it up, yeah? So the point is, look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to stand here and like throw blows because I can show you...
I'm not trying to blow
Let me
anyone.
finish, bro. I didn't interrupt you, bro. Let me finish.
I apologize.
So what I'm trying to say to you, bro, look, at the end of the day, we have chapters dedicated in our books that talk about racism, okay? And the Imams of Ahlul Bayt al-Islam, they too themselves, their mothers were from black descent as well. Okay?
But a lot of them are from slave women.
Yeah,
And they're not wives.
Some of these women were slave women.
No, I would ask you a question. Give me one Zinji woman, one black
Not
woman.
Zanji, bro, because Zanji is different.
One
Zanji
woman
is
from the
different.
Sudan, from the Nubians, from the Zinjis, that the Imams married. And not had her as a... Yeah, I don't know. I'm talking about black from the subcontinent, from the sub-Saharan African region. So Sudan, from the known Arab places.
Do you know what, bro? Should I tell you something? This topic, I'll be honest with you, this topic...
Yeah,
wait 1 second.
Because if I asked you the same question, could you answer it?
Listen, say it 1 second, say it. Hold on 1
I
second.
could answer it right now. Hela bint Auf. Okay. She's an Arab woman.
Okay. I mean, you've done your research.
No.
Fair enough. No, I mean, what's your angle? I need to understand your angle because you're accusing us of racism, essentially.
No, I'm not accusing you of racism.
Of sex.
Okay, I'm
Trying to
just
school us over a topic where you've done research, you've come here before, and then you're trying to say...
Let me finish.
I've not done research. I know.
You know the names.
I know.
That's fine, because I find the topic useless. I find the topic useless.
Look, no, it is a...
It's useless. But you know when black people are mistreated. Okay, I'm not being funny, but
It's a useless topic for me, to be honest. You guys can talk
Okay, let me comment.
It's a useless topic.
Zayn, it's not useless. If
you
black
find
people, no, okay, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. It's not useless. Racism is a big thing, yeah. And let me be frank with you. In our countries, in our Arab countries, in Pakistan, if a black person comes to this country, sometimes they're mistreated.
I'll speak to you, bro, properly after.
No problem. But they're mistreated, so we have to address these things. That's Muslims. I'm not going to talk to you. Stay here. Please listen to what I'm saying. I know you might not find it as important, but I.
No, bro, of course it's very important. How can you say no? It's very important, bro.
We're not saying it's not important, but I just don't understand that.
Say, listen, as I explained to you before,
Okay, I'm sorry.
bro, as I explained to you before,
Yeah.
our books heavily criticise the racism.
Can we have the?
Yeah, that's no problem, bro. I'll show you that. I've got no issues, I can show you that.
Yeah.
But having said that, the tradition you presented from, which book was it from? You mentioned the tradition of Abu Zar criticising Bilal.
That's in more than one book.
It's mentioned wherever book it is, and it's Sahih, yeah?
Yeah.
But this criteria was not accepted by all Sunni scholars. And the reason why I say that,
Which criteria?
for example, marrying black people.
What about Hela bint Auf?
Okay, yes, I'm not. I agree with you. I don't disagree with that. But what I'm saying to you, some of your scholars did give fatwas, for example, saying an Arab can't marry an Arab.
We condemn those scholars.
Do you know the difference between Sunnis and Shias? There is a core thing between us. The core thing is that for us, if a scholar makes a mistake, we don't follow it. As simple as that.
We don't do
You do taqlid.
No, I do tabi. I do tabi.
So do you do taqlid?
No, it's different.
Okay.
Like for example,
You have
Islamic jurisprudence, yeah. All we're talking about is an opinion of scholars. If someone gets it wrong, you don't follow him.
For example, before we were talking about
is that this is hadith and this is qawl
The point is you don't follow them, right?
Yeah,
He
that's
based it
why
off hadith too.
for us, we do. If he said it, whatever he
talk
said,
about this all
we
day, but it's not
don't need to
gonna
take
get
it.
Sheikh, I agree. I don't disagree with that. I'm saying that look, if you want to be fair, just the same way you may disagree with the statement of some scholars who may have issued fatwas, like Suyuti, he wrote a whole book about racism. But I'm not going to discuss what
He's black himself.
He was black himself.
Do you know Do you know where Asyuti is from?
No, I don't know.
Okay, do you know why he's called Asyuti? Do you know why?
It was something to do with... Go on, bro, go on.
You know, it's not really good to not mock and laugh.
No. Because he's from.
Say it. No, it's fine.
Calm down, man.
No, I mean, you can't just laugh at that. Like, you're good, just laughing with your shake. Oh, you
But
But I'm not laughing at you guys.
We were quiet.
Let me speak for the first one.
I take the piss when they talk.
So, go on.
Okay, you're very upset.
Go on, bro.
But the issue of racism is a real one, which is affecting communities.
100%, bro.
No, wallahi, and that's why I don't appreciate his attitude.
No, that's fine, bro.
He says it's not
I
important.
apologise
No,
on his behalf, but anyway, so
fine.
coming back to Siyuti, what were you saying about Siyuti?
Siyuti is from a souk, which is lower Egypt.
Right.
Like upper Egypt, we go upper Egypt.
But it
which
doesn't
is-
mean he's black.
No, he was black. Anyone
He
from
wrote
that
a whole
area,
book, bro. He wrote a
anyone
whole
in
book.
that area is black.
Right.
I know because my family are from that area.
Yeah.
Do you know that? My
okay,
uncle
okay.
is as black as this man here. My mum's. Are you from Nigeria? Maybe that's the reason. My uncle is like this guy.
Right.
I'll show you a picture one day.
Okay,
The reason why my mum's brother is like this guy's color, and the reason why is because he.
You know, I can.
Anyways,
By the way, come.
this guy Siyuti is from Siyut, which is there. Now the point I'm making to you is, what I want to say to you is, bro,
Sorry.
this is a very important issue.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We've been as Muslims.
I think, inshallah, next time.
As Muslims, we need to be very introspective about it because people from the non-Muslim community are hammering us about the issue of racism.
Right.
And we need to be very introspective. Now, what I'm essentially saying is that I'm not here to accuse the Shia community of being racist. I'm not saying that. I know many Shias. I've been around you know, they know me and I know them. Yeah? I'm not saying that they're racist. I don't know much about Iranian society, for example, with the black Santa Claus, whatever. I don't know about this thing. I don't care.
Right.
You know, I don't know what that means even. Yeah?
Right.
They have a black Santa Claus, by the way. It's interesting.
Wait,
in Iran. You know this Santa Claus black. One time they had the black Santa Claus that got beaten up in the area. My friend was telling me about it because the blacks were upset with the guy because he you know that Santa Claus black. And he colors it. So it's a white guy. He puts a black skin on, like black thing. And then one day he did that. Some blacks saw him and then said, "What are you doing? Are you trying to take But they didn't realize that was part of Iranian culture. Whatever. I mean, I don't know. I
don't know, bro. Look, okay.
Anyways,
one second, bro. Look, the thing is, bro. At the end of the day, racism, as I said to you before,
it's a problem in Saudi Arabia to Iran to everywhere.
I know a Pakistani brother couldn't marry Arab sister because his father wanted her daughter to marry Arab. Do you understand?
Yeah.
As an example,
That's true.
This racism unfortunately exists. Okay.
I think you're very sensible, and I appreciate your approach to this.
Right.
His the other brother's approach was.
Bro, look at the day. He's gone now. So
I don't know why he was so upset about it.
I think he was more interested in polemical subjects.
This is polemical.
This is a social, more of a current relevant.
It's totally important, guys.
Okay, bro,
it's totally
100%.
important.
And inshallah next time,
Yes.
because it would only be fair if I bring those things. But as I said to you, bro, if you watch Titans TV,
Do you reject the hadith which says إياكم والزروج فإنهم خلق المشوه?
the scholars have a different opinion.
So no, do you reject it?
No, it was particular to a certain group from the people of Zanj
Do you accept
who
that?
were not believers.
Do you accept
because,
that? No,
because
but
bro,
even if they're believers or non-believers, talk about black people being deformed.
Bro,
Do you reject the hadith?
My bro, I didn't interrupt you when
Yeah,
you
no
spoke.
problem.
So let me finish it.
Yeah, of course.
So if you look at the traditions, like any traditions, you put them all together, you look at it, it's referring to a certain group of people.
Even though I'm saying,
And
despite the fact that it refers to a subgroup of blacks,
Yes.
I'm asking you, do you accept this hadith?
Bro, it's same in your books as well.
No, we don't accept this hadith. We don't have it.
But why, why are you trying to force your opinion on me to accept it?
No, I'm not saying. Do you accept it?
No, we're not saying to accept it.
I believe it was specific to a certain group of people.
But is that acceptable in your eyes? Or do you not think that's racist?
No, it's got nothing to do with racist because it's not talking about black people. It's talking about a certain tribe.
Let me ask you a question.
I can say to you, look, I can say to you, isn't it racist to say, well, Arabs cannot marry non-Arabs?
Yeah, that is racist.
Or isn't it racist to say, well, Arabs are not allowed to marry Turks? And by the way, these are statements of your scholars.
Yeah, if they said they're racist,
bro, these are your scholars who said
but
this.
we're scholars are different from hadith.
We say
It's racist. It is racist. I'm asking you a simple question.
We say that's
if I said
even
today,
if it comes from a scholar.
Sheikh, let me tell him one thing. Let me tell him one thing. If I said today, let me get someone who's not Muslim. Gabs, can you come here, please? Can you come here? Gabs, please, just for 1 minute. You're a black man, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Where are you from? What country are you from? Originally, do you know?
Half Nigeria, half
Gad, did you watch?
Okay, please let me just ask you a question. If I said to you, look, I'm gonna say just this like this. You're Nigerian, If I say, beware of Nigerians, for they are deformed creatures. If I said this, they are deformed creatures. I'm asking a question. If I said, beware of Nigerians, for they are deformed creatures, is that a racist statement? Yes or no?
Not racist, but it's offensive still.
Okay, so if I said that Nigerians are deformed, my friend, you're Nigerian. If I said to you,
It's not racist.
No, it's not racist. It's not racist.
It's not racist.
Is that
categorises the whole race?
Yeah.
So
Okay, my friend,
wait.
Black, come here, please.
That's not right.
That's not
Let me ask you a question. If I said, where are you from?
Somalia.
Okay, that's, you know what side we're going to take. If I said to you, beware of the Somalis, for they are deformed creatures. What would you say about that? Is that racist or not? Racist. Brother, where are you from?
Nigeria.
Nigeria. I say, beware of the Nigerians, for they are deformed creatures. What do you say about that?
They're not
Racist?
No.
You don't believe it's racist?
No.
Are you Shia?
That's what I was going to ask.
No, bro.
Yeah, all right. Come here. Brother, bro.
Why do you throw that in?
My friend, come here. Where are you from?
It's not racist.
Eritrea. I say, beware of the Eritreans. They are deformed.
It's not racist.
It's
Racist,
not
yes?
racist.
He says it's racist.
It's not racist.
All right, let's leave it to the
You're talking
comment
about
section.
shit.
Let's leave it to the comment section.
Oh my
I am
gosh.
completely convinced. Brother Leon, let me ask you a question. If I said to you, beware, where are you from, Leon? Jamaican. I say, beware of the Jamaican, they're deformed people. What do you think about that? Is that racist, yes or no?
Okay, so brother Hijab.
Okay.
Anti-Jamaican.
Yeah, anti-Jamaican.
See what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's not
My
racist.
friend in the back. What's your name?
Exactly.
Getting me involved. I'm Martin.
Martin. Give me your hand. Say hello to me. Where are you from?
Cameroon.
Cameroon. Okay, you beat the Egyptians in the final of the African Cup. Let me ask you a question. You're supporting Egypt, I was supporting Cameroon. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, tell me.
I say, beware of the Cameroonians. Yeah, beware of them. Because they are deformed.
That's not racist.
Is that
man.
racist?
No.
They're deformed creatures.
They're deformed.
Creatures.
So what are you based on?
They're not.
If I said that,
If I said that, it's
yes or no?
racism. That's the point.
It is.
It's racist. Okay.
That's the point.
Okay.
Because you're generalizing a whole country.
Would you come
exactly.
to
Based
us?
on what? I don't know.
Black,
No, it's
black
not
people. Yeah,
racist,
let me ask you a
man.
question. As a black man,
It's not racist.
Okay,
Okay, it might not be racist, but it's offensive.
as a black man,
You want to check? It's offensive and it's discriminating.
discrimination. Now, if I said come to the religion of Islam, but it has this hadith.
Then we speak to me, bro.
What do you
No,
think?
he's asking me a question.
The majority of blacks today.
Okay, so let me do the same. Wait. Let me. Okay, one second.
I mean, it's offensive and it's out of order. I wouldn't say that.
Okay, Sheikh, you've done your job now, mashallah, you can go. Okay, one second. Okay.
By the way, for you to know.
Okay, let me finish.
Sorry, sir.
I know what you came for, Sheikh. I know exactly what you
Say the reply. That's one thing. I just followed.
Allah knows the years better.
Someone called me. They said some of the Shias they wanted to.
Okay, came and talked about black people, Shiaism's racist, you lot can go now.
That's not my agenda.
Let's say the
I don't like these games. If brother Muhammad, for me they are.
Which one?
Subjective, that game, right? Just right now. Let's talk to
bro, it's not. What you did there, bro? Wait, one second. Bro, listen. What you did there,
We have to remain calm.
bro, what you did there was wrong. Okay? Shall I tell you why it's wrong?
Why?
Because I can go to every black person and say, what does you black brothers think about somebody who calls you a distorted creation, or somebody who calls you your embryos? Stay away from your embryos.
Yeah, I said it's racist.
Stay away from your bellies and genitals. genitals.
Racist.
So these are found in your books as well, bro.
Yeah, but we reject them.
No, but your
reject
scholars
them.
giving fatwas on them, bro.
We reject them.
Your scholars are giving fatwas.
Simple. We reject them.
All right, right now I want you to curse all those. Wait. I'm talking about a subject. Okay, so
Do you know the point?
Okay,
Say that.
so let me finish.
The point is, he's saying to you, we reject these things.
Okay.
We say we reject them. We condemn them. We
Right.
say it's wrong and it's racism, regardless whoever said it. Yeah.
Right.
Now that's the point.
Right.
As the Prophet ﷺ, he criticized Abu Dharr, which is a respected scholar in our eyes.
Yeah.
He alayhi salatu wasalam, he criticized
Imam
him.
Shafi.
And he told him
Imam Shafi confirmed this hadith. Okay.
In what book?
I'll show you. I've got the scan in Arabic
Okay,
as well.
okay.
Imam Shafi said, when it comes to black people, he said, okay, listen to this. He goes, when they get hungry, they steal, and when they're full, they fornicate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, where is that?
Okay,
Where is that?
Wait.
Where is that?
They have the
That's
right.
racism.
110.
My black
listen,
brothers.
That's racism.
Okay.
That's
My
racist.
black brothers.
There's no argument.
Imam
That's racism.
Shafi.
Very simple.
That's
Imam
racist.
Shafi
That's
is
racism.
racist then.
Wherever that came from, that's racist.
Whoever said it, listen.
That's it, done.
We don't know. That's racism.
If he
We
actually
condemn
said
it.
that,
Listen,
then
we
it's
condemn it.
100% racist.
Anyone who
If he
said
definitely
it,
said that,
we say it's
it's
racist.
racist.
It's racist.
It's racist. Whoever
You
said
see,
that is
this is
racist.
how we stand.
Shafi, bro.
Listen.
Imam Shafi. He's one of the
not-
four
he's not
Imam
Muhammad.
Muhammad. Imam Shafi.
We condemn it. We say if he said it. Now we don't know where it was the source.
Listen.
What you saw. But even though we say it's wrong, we say it's racism. Very clear cut. You see our question. What you respond to us about this hadith? You said some scholar has said yeah, some scholar said no. Let's check. That's what you said.
Anyway, sorry. Do you know what it is?
We said clearly we condemn it. Very simple. Whoever
I
said
condemn
it.
anyone who's racist.
Whoever said
wrong.
it. Yeah, that's
Racism
right.
is wrong.
We asked when he asked you the question.
But I think it's unfair,
about
bro. It's
the
unfair.
sin. He said, "Can you condemn this hadith?"
Yes,
he asked
bro.
you very clear. But you said, "Oh, some scholar."
Let him say that. What Imam Shafi said.
Okay, Ashi. He says that when it
Where
comes
is that?
to
What book?
Ashi,
What book?
Ashi.
What book? Let's check now.
Okay, bro, no problem.
Don't interrupt him, brother.
Let's check.
Let me finish. Hold on.
Because sometimes
Imam
people they
Shafi.
always say Bukhari.
He only wrote 4 or 5 books.
Okay.
Imam Shafi'i, by the way, he has
book?
3 or 4 books. Kitab al-Umm. He wrote Kitab al-Umm.
Which is not related.
He says when black people are hungry, they steal.
Where? Which book?
Where is that?
Okay.
Which book?
Okay, wait.
I could say Imam al-Baqir.
The book is called Al-Maqasid Al-Hasana, page 1112. And Maqasid, I'll show you the scan. I've got the scan, no problem. So he says.
We condemn it either way. It's not.
Okay.
It's not hadith for us. It's not religion.
Bro,
it's not religion.
I'm not doubting you condemn it. I don't.
No, but
I don't doubt,
your
bro.
one is hadith.
Bro, I don't doubt your sincerity.
You're one the Imam
Bro,
said it.
listen to me. I don't doubt your sincerity. I know you condemn it.
Okay.
So why would you assume that I would support racism, bro?
I'm not saying anything.
Right.
I have not said today.
I just told you, bro, that there's a whole
I'm not
chapter in
saying,
Al-Kafi condemns racism.
No, I want to know what that's called in Arabic so I can see what
We asked you to bring us.
It's still historical, though. Even if he said it, it might have been something that was going on at that time.
That's what I said. Sister, that's what I said to him. Sister, that's what I said to him. I agree. I don't disagree with you.
Shafi might have said it at that time.
Sister, this is my point.
That's his point. That's the same argument.
Not necessarily. We don't know if Shafi said it. By the way.
So if you want to accept it for Imam Shafi, then you have to accept it for us. Look, I think this is invented something. It's not true.
Now, unfortunately, listen, racism, sister, exists in almost every culture.
By the way, hey, this hadith, listen. This hadith called المقاصد الحسنة في بيان كثير من الأحاديث المشتهرة على الألسنة. يعني the people who say it all the time, he's condemning these ahadith.
He's condemning it.
Yeah, that's the hadith. This is the book you brought.
Okay,
and by the way, it's not for Shafi'i. It's for you to know. That's for you to know as well. It's for Sakhawi. Yeah. Maqasid al-Hasan. He said means the book. All the people they will say, for example, the people.
Sorry, 1 second.
They will say a hadith.
Who's the book?
That's Sakhawi. Here, that's the hadith. How could you get you the PDF?
Okay.
So al-Maqasid al-Hasana, he is condemning, criticizing. He is criticizing the hadith that the common public say. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم such and such. Yeah. Some people they said من أكل الباذنجان 40 يوما لم يقربه الشيطان. Whoever ate aubergines 40 days, no shaitan will come to him. So these people they will say it. He is condemning, criticizing these people who fabricate hadith. That's the hadith. So you brought. This is the problem. That's the problem.
Okay,
before you brought a hadith that in the book,
not a hadith.
In the book,
not a hadith.
no, in the book condemning fabricated hadith on the tongue of the people, and he said these are fabricated saying people claim that the Prophet has said it, and you brought
this
it.
Is not
said,
hadith of the
that's
Prophet.
Maqasid al-Hasan. This is the hadith of the Prophet.
Right.
But the people they used to say it, and he is criticizing it. Sakhawi.
Okay, open
in
the
book.
page. Open the page number.
You see?
Wait. Open the page number, please. Read
Listen.
it. Do you know why, Sheikh? Shall I tell you why?
That's the problem. That's
the
problem. Oh,
Sheikh.
Shafi'i said, Subhanallah, I know what Shafi'i said.
Sayyid Hassan, the point is, as far as, sorry, Sayyid Ali.
There you go.
And Shia, Hassan Ali.
Yeah, go on.
But the point is that what I'm trying to say is that I know that Shafi'i wrote 3 or 4 books, and Maqasid al-Hasana, as far as I remember, wasn't one of them.
No, it's not. It's from a student.
No, it wasn't from a student. Yeah, so it wasn't one of them. At any rate, we said very clearly, what we want from you guys is, there's 2 challenges, Chef. Let's just keep it very simple, yeah? We'll keep it very simple for the people. We've been able to provide evidences, and by the way, we've done the same thing with Christians, and we've done the same thing with Jews, and the reason why we're doing this is because we're trying to put a thesis forward. You know what the thesis is? And this, wallah, I'm going to say this, if you can't find the hadith, I'm going to make this thesis very clear and open. Sunni Islam is the only racially fully.
Sorry, but one thing.
Let me finish.
When you say Sunni Islam, do you represent the Sufi community, the Deobandi community?
When I say, let me answer that question. When I say Sunni, I'm not talking about anyone who identifies themselves as Sunni. That's what I'm saying. which includes all of the aforementioned that you mentioned, yeah? Anyone who identifies themselves as Sunni.
Right.
And I will even go further, because that's a good question. What is a Sunni?
Yeah.
Ibn Taymiyyah, he writes in his book, Minhaj al-Sunnah, he said there's two kinds of Sunni, yeah?
Right.
I'm using, he says himself, there's two kinds of Sunni. He says there's Sunni which even includes the Mu'tazili, this and that, which are firaq, we would say Dala, which are like deviated sects, but they are basically not Shia.
Their sources are...
Yeah, the sources are the same as our
not
sources.
Khawarij.
They're not, yeah, not even the Khawarij have the same sources as we do.
No, not all,
Yeah, but the point is, what I'm saying is that Sunni Islam is the only religion, mainstream world religion in the face of the earth, which is racially inclusive, and it includes black people, white people, Arabs, non-Arabs. That's why we find very clearly in the Hadith.
And what Shiism isn't?
No. What we've been able to ascertain right now is that the Hadith, the sources that describe anti-racism in Sunnism.
Well, I just told you that we have a whole chapter dedicated.
No, but you haven't been able to show that to us. You said it.
I just said to you, there's a whole chapter. I'll bring that. But what I want
can we bring it? Because I don't think racism was a term. No, hold on. Yeah. Sorry, you said there's a whole chapter dedicated to racism.
Yes.
The word racism, there is no Arabic equivalent.
Right.
So it could be that it was against tribalism.
Right.
And that's what I suspect. I believe it was against tribalism, which is very clear.
Right.
But we're talking about explicit hadith that condemn basically targeting, say for example, black people. I say that the only school of thought in the whole world, including Christianity and Judaism, etc., of the mainstream world religions, including Hinduism, which I believe in a caste system, including maybe by the way, Sikhism might be another exception, to be fair to them, yeah, because they reject the caste system. I'm trying to be as academic as possible. So Sikhism might be another exception, but with that, I say that Sunnism completely rejects racism, and is most racially inclusive. Of all of the ancient world religions, it's number one. So I say to you now, can you find me anything within the Shia literature which explicitly condemns racism to black people in particular? I can find you that in it says لا فضل لعربي على أعجمي ولا أحمر ولا أسود على أحمر أسود على أحمر أسود.
Okay.
It says there's no fadl of an Arab or non-Arab or a black over a white. It says that.
Very simple.
It says إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم. We have it. We have it in our books. Can you show it in yours?
Sure.
Inshallah, let's leave it inshallah for next week.
I don't know, I don't have that.
So before the Sheikh leaves, I just want him to read the Arabic, so he can read it from. So can you read it out loud, please? Because since you're an expert in Arabic, since you're an expert in Arabic, please read it.
Is this a Kafi?
Which book?
It's the book you mentioned earlier.
Which book?
Shalom Maqasid, I think it was.
Which book? Get me the book, please. What I'm reading.
Okay.
Because I don't want to read the statement of kufr.
So he's getting the book of the Imam Shafi'i's book, apparently.
Apparently Shafi'i. So he's not Shafi'i, yeah?
Sorry?
So he's not Shafi'i.
It's a student of Shafi'i, but Imam Shafi'i comments on it.
Okay. Here he said, على الألسنة. This book, you know what? This is what the book. This book basically done by Sahawi, rahimahullah, and he is saying the people they will say fabricated things on their tongue. Yeah. And then مقاصد الحسنة here. Okay. Imam Hadiths, Man Sahawi. That's what we're talking about. The Sahawi.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing the scan.
Okay. Do you know what's the title of the book? What's the meaning of the title of the book?
No, please tell us.
Yeah. The title of the book means المقاصد الحسنة means what means of مقصد means يعني
objective.
The objective. Yeah. في بيان كثير من الأحاديث المشتهرة على الإنسان. To expose, to show the hadith which is the people they will say it on their tongue, popular in their tongues. He is not talking about are the hadith are authentic or not. Okay. He is saying people they will say it around, and then he is bringing it.
Please read it. No, I want you to read it, please, for the viewers, because it's very important that you read this. I want you to read this. Yeah.
Okay. Now here he is saying.
Go to the page before it.
Yeah, go to the page before, please. Read the context, please.
Yeah. This one.
Yeah.
That one.
Now, hadith, he said, he mentioned, now here, let's get the hadith. Now here, the hadith, he said, إن الأسود إذا جاع سرق. He said that if the black person, if he get hungry, he will steal. وإذا شبع زنا, and if he fills his tongue, then he is he will commit fornication والعياذ بالله. He said, is mentioned in طبراني في حديث عائشة مرفوعا بزيادة وأن فيهم لقلتين صدق السماحة والبخل. And as well, they have good characters. He mentioned about that. صدق السماحة means that they have, يعني they are truthful, they are kind of the يعني honest, forbearing, سماحة وهو ابن عبد العدي في كامله ومن طريقه ابن الجوزي في الموضوعات. المنشن in ابن الجوزي in الموضوعات fabricated one. Which he said موضوع. He said الزنجي إذا سرق, he said موضوع means fabricated. وله شاهد عنده في الكبير من حديث عوسجة عن ابن عباس قال يا رسول الله ما يمنع حبش بني المغيرة أن يأتوك إلا أنهم يخشون أن تردهم قال لا خير في الحبش. So he mentioned that. He said why the people of the Abyssinia they don't come to you. Then he said that, why they don't come to you. Then the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم he said قال لا خير. He said there is no good in the Abyssinian إذا جاءوا سرقوا وإن شابوا عزلوا if they did it. عند البائسي ورواه البزار بلفظ لا خير في الحبش. He said أن البزار he mentioned لا خير في الحبش. والبزار وعند الطبراني في الكبير عن أيمن قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول إنما الأسود لبطنه وفرجه. He said verily the black one who will take for his يعني for his belly and for his as well private part. And then he said عن ابن عباس بلفظ السودان. He said mission in Sudan عند النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال دعوة من السودان. He said there is going to be call from Sudan. قال الأسود لبطنه the black one for his belly and for his private part. وبعضه يؤكد بعضا بل سند البزار بل سند الحسار and the سند of the Bazzar he said they said Bazzar is Hassan. والابن عيم في
sorry, 1 second. So one of the traditions is reliable. It's Hassan.
No. لا he said he mentioned about Bazzar. في بس الدلمي عن طريقه عن أبي رافع مرفوعا قيل الزنج إذا شبعه he mentioned that فروينا من مناقب البيقح عن طريق المزني كنت مع الشافعي. He said
okay, listen to the point. Listen to this point now. Very important. This is the reason why I want to record it.
By the way, let's finish. The student of Shafi'i.
He wasn't a student.
No.
So what was the point about Shafi'i?
Muzni mentioned about that.
Go back.
طريق المزني كنت مع الشافعي.
Okay, what did Imam Shafi'i say?
He said I was with the Shafi'i. He said في الجامع إذا دخل رجل يدور في النيام قال الشافعي للربيع قم فقل ذهب لك عبد أسود مصاب بإحدى عينيه. He said there is a black man that he has problem in his eye. قال الربيع فقمت إليه إذا الربيع he said that I stand for him. قلت نعم فقلت له تعال. then I called him come. فجاء إلى الشافعي فقال أين عبدي. He said where is my slave. He said
so listen to this story. This is a very important story, guys. So go on.
By the way, do you know how you mention in موضوعات? Let's mention.
No, please, I want you to carry on reading for the camera.
So you mention موضوعات. That's what you need to know. The introduction here in the beginning is talking to you about the
tradition. Talking about the tradition.
Yeah, all of it is موضوع. He said.
Tell us the story about Imam Shafi'i.
It's موضوع. Yeah, well, that's the problem. I'm saying to you.
I'm asking you,
Sheikh. Now, he mentioned that. فقال المزني فقلت له أخبرنا فقد حيرتنا. He said tell us because you put us in a dilemma. قال نعم رأيت رجل دخل باب المسجد يدور بين النمام فقلت يطلب هاربا ورأيته يجيء إلى السودان دون البيض. He came to the black people without the white one. فقلت هرب له عبد الناصر. Maybe he escaped for him as a black slave. ورأيته يجيء إلى ما يلي العين اليسرى فقلت له مصاب بإحدى عينيه. He said maybe he has a problem in his eye. فما يدرك أنه في الحبس. قال ذكرت الحديث بالعبيد إن جاءوا سرقوا وانشروا وزنوا فتأولت أنه فعل أحدهما فكان كذلك. He didn't mention anything about Shafi'i.
There's nothing in this.
There is nothing. There is no statement of the Shafi'i.
So, okay, so please tell us what's the story about the
story here.
Okay, please tell us the story. Go on.
This book as follows. This book is Sakhawi is bringing a hadith, fabricated hadith on the tongue of the people. People are spreading things, saying, claiming that the Prophet ﷺ has said so.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's bringing all these fabricated hadith. This is the title of the book. The title of the book is to bring all these fabricated hadith and put them there. In the introduction, if you know it, he said Ibn al-Jawzi, he put it in the mawdu'at. Mawdu'at means fabricated ones, lied ones. Yeah. And then he mentioned all these stories about the black people and all these things. So the problem is, and you brought the Shafi'i. He said I was with the Shafi'i. It didn't say that the Shafi'i statement. This is another thing. It didn't say that this is the Shafi'i statement. And then they mentioned about this hadith that they said it was mentioned this hadith in Muzni mentioned this hadith. Muzni, one of the students of Shafi'i. Mentioned this one of the students of Shafi'i.
One of the students of Shafi'i.
Yeah. They said so called that Muzni was Shafi'i and they said this one in front of him and Shafi'i was quite about it.
Why do you say so called and said?
Yeah, because in the beginning you see the introduction.
Sorry, did you say that?
You see the introduction of this.
No.
The problem, what you do, you just took this bit. You didn't read the introduction.
No, I showed you the stand. I just showed you the stand.
Okay.
Wow, come on, man.
I am giving you now to everyone for the audience.
Sorry.
Oh, let me.
You know, you're referring to the Hadith.
The beginning here. Do you see this one? Do you see this one?
Down here, you said they mentioned it in front of Shafi. He said silent about it.
Yes. Do you see the beginning of it?
But he didn't object to it then, did he?
Okay, wait.
This is the problem. This is the problem. This hadith, he's saying, people are saying such and such.
No problem.
People said, for example, people said in my country, there is a cave, there used to be monsters living in that cave. People, they say this.
No problem.
Yeah? I will say to you, in my village, people, they say in such and such cave, there is a monster.
The problem
yeah?
is. But
Yeah, okay, the problem is.
Yeah.
But there's people, they will say, or there will be dragon in the thing. Yeah? The people say. Now here he's bringing, he said, on the tongue of the people is widely spreaded that Shafi'i one day was sitting with his student and his student said to him this hadith and he kind of approved it. He is bringing before it, that's introduction saying that this hadith is fabricated and Ibn al-Jawzi condemned it and before it. Before that Ibn al-Jawzi by the way, Ibn al-Jawzi. Ibn al-Jawzi said all of these narrations are fabricated. So he mentioned those are fabricated. And he said one of the fabricated things is this story.
Did anyone authenticate it?
I answered. I answered you.
He mentioned it was mentioned in front of Shafi. He stayed silent.
But
he didn't.
It's fabricated, yeah.
He didn't say it's fabricated.
In my village, they say, come to see the dragon. Go there.
You said Ibn
the dragon.
al-Jawzi.
It's fine. What the Sheikh said,
Go see the dragon in my village, then you will know.
it's the dragon in the village.
Yeah, go see the
Stay
dragon.
silent.
Inshallah, one day.
When you go to the cave in my village, you will see the dragon.
No problem.
Shafi
That's
is
fine.
sitting there.
Inshallah.
Shafi is not a dragon.
Here he's saying to you, a fabricated. Do you understand? Hold on. Is language. English is not my first language. Hold on. English.
Content over everything. From your melanin. Man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV. Listen. COE. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV. I don't even listen to Sky Magic. I just listen to COE. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV. I don't even listen to Sky Magic. Man, just listen to COE. Man, just listen to COE. Man, just listen to COE. If you see me in COE, content over everything. COE.
Man, not in no BBC. Man, not in no ITV. Not even listen to the MUM. They just listen to COE. Sorry, mommy, I'm lying. Listen to your mom.